More than 100 countries are committing to join a two-day Summit for Democracy virtual conference hosted by the White House. The conference comes as the Biden administration attempts to push back against the growing influence of Russia and China. Joining me now with more is 60 Minutes Plus correspondent Enrique Acevedo. Enrique, it's good to have you on the program. Thanks very much for being with us. What do we know about how this Summit for Democracy actually came about?
Well, it's been an idea that's been months in the making. I think it's really the Biden administration sounding the alarm after 15 consecutive years of global loss of freedom and recession in democracy. All of that made worse by the COVID-19 pandemic, which really created an environment that's ripe for governments and non-state actors that want to consolidate power. In many countries, historic checks and balances have eroded, fostering the need for a robust reflection, a robust conversation on how democracies face these existential threats, these core threats, and carry on.
Well, who is invited, Enrique? Is it only countries with established democracies, or are others involved?
It's really representatives from all over the world, both government leaders and non-government actors from academia, NGOs, civil society in general. It's a diverse group, and I think the objective here is to address the growing inequities, the disillusion, sometimes, the hyperpolarization and partisanship that we've also seen here in the U.S., and that is posing a threat to democratic order in every part of the world. I think that's what the Biden administration recognized, and why they saw the need to host this event and start a conversation on what a post-pandemic world order looks like, and of course what the future of democracy, what future lies ahead for democracy in that world.
Yeah, well, there has been some criticism from the left and the right ahead of the conference. What is the basis of it?
Well, I think, people think that there's an ideological or a partisan approach to everything from who's invited to what's being discussed, how the issues are addressed. For example, as you know, very recently the U.S. was part of a list, for the first time, part of a list of backsliding democracies. And this European think tank, Ideas is called, cited things like, for example, former President Trump questioning the legitimacy of the 2020 presidential election as part of the rationale why they included the U.S. in that list. I'm sure that doesn't sit well with people from the right, for Republicans, but there are also issues that progressives and people in the Democratic Party do not agree with, even some of the guests. So it's hard to keep everyone happy, but the truth is, I think the general consensus is that this is a conversation that's much needed, and this is a conversation that the U.S. should lead, because the U.S. is, of course, responsible for the creation, or at least the perfection, of Western democracy as we know it today.
And Enrique, you're moderating a panel on democratic resilience. How do you think that issue has come into sharper focus in recent years?
That's an excellent question. What I'm hoping to get out of that panel, of course, some honest answers from world leaders and other non-governmental actors involved in the panel, but also that we can look at their experiences and learn something from them. I think until recently, Elaine, we here in the U.S. Looked at ourselves as examples, as a reference point for democracies all over the world. And now we have to approach that with a little more humility and recognize that, there are some core challenges to democracy here at home as well. Maybe learn from their experience, from what they're doing right, from best practices, and put that in place to make sure we renew democratic order, to strengthen our institutions, the independent and free press being part of that, and just to learn from people in other parts of the world who have experienced this before.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly appear to be in this sort of extended moment of testing when it comes to our democracy in this country. All right, well, Enrique Acevedo, it's really good to talk to you. Thanks so much, Enrique.
Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.